Alrighty, let's rock and roll. Blow things up. Destroy. Destruction. The whole 15 yards. Starting in a full skull deficit on this one too. So that's going to be all the fun. Alright, destroy enemies. Let's find them. Oh, it's this map. This ridgeline is the most fun you can have. Because you can just duck right down behind it and pop up constantly. And they do not do well with handling it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See if they're going to drop on the ridgeline. I don't think they will. I think that'll give me the time to run up to the ridgeline and then pop over it. And that'll allow me to be most effective.
Standing by.
Still calculating? Come on. There you go. Blackjack forward.
I'm moving.
Fire starter. Don't let me forget that the fire starter is currently set to sprint at maximum speed with the hot seat. Yeah, boy.
Confirmed.
Got a shade. Can fall up here. And a Roffelman. Yeah, you know what? Just stick together.
In motion, Commander.
And you are going to get up to speed by going in this direction so that I don't crest and do that. Too late. Looks like they were hiding off over here in the corner. Oh, Shadowhawk. Okay. I don't like Shadowhawks, but I can build something out of a Shadowhawk. Mainly a melee mech out of a Shadowhawk is what I can really do. Is that all there is? Unknown mech type. They're also packing... Is that an Icarus? No, it's a Firebee. The unknown mech, Firebee, Shadowhawk, and a Locust.
What can I do for you?
Alright, Ripper. Get it rolling. Can we get up to 7 or not really? Not as such, no. Let's go see what we're actually dealing with here. Still don't have a line of sight on him. So that one mech is still a secret. Lasers! Missed completely. Which shadow has it? If it's the SX. Oh, is it? If it's Strix, yeah. Strix is a god. But I don't think it's Strix. I think we would know if it was Strix. The melee murder machine. Strix used to be the melee mech in the game. So, it is an awesome design. It's a bushwhacker! No, it's a stealthy bushwhacker. Alright, Firebee, since I can't see the bushwhacker right now, you're just gonna have to be the recipient of my love. That did not work out. Grant. Get into cover. We'll crest with you next turn. Yeah, I understand that means you're sort of about to dry on this one, but just try and bear with us. Oh, you shot the Firebee in the back. Good. Keep doing that. I love it. Apparently, I have been promoted from the Sprint and the Mantis. I have become a tin cannon with Lucas Fire. I would argue that the Mantis is probably better than the Ripper because it's got 5 small lasers. But it's not bad. 2 mediums and a bomb.
Orders.
Phoenix! Oh, you're all stacked on top of each other. I love it. You know what? Yeah, acid. Enjoy the acid. I don't know what's up with this bushwhacker and how he's so stealthy, but that is not a nice bushwhacker. I mean, he is a nice bushwhacker. I would like to steal him because you almost never run into bushwhackers these days. Or at least I don't. Oh, you're the burning one. Oh, okay. That's gonna make life a little bit more difficult than it otherwise needs to be. Given a choice between the Bushwhacker and the Shadowhawk, I want the Bushwhacker, but the Shadowhawk is probably actually going to be more useful for what I want to do to it. Okay, she's bog standard. SRM2, LRM5, medium laser, AC5. So this is your stereotypical, I think it's a 2D Shadowhawk. So, ain't nothing worth being excited for with that one. Meow. Well, hello there. Hi. Oh, we actually hit him.
How can I help?
I want you to run through to his back, give him that boot, and then light him on fire.
On my way. To hell with the weapon.
Miss. Okay, not doing well there. But then one of them. Okay. A little disappointed. He does brace because he has the ability behind it, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Bushwhacker backing off. Okay. Ugh. Alright, this Bushwhacker was actually really nasty.
Better me than Lady Arano.
I suppose so, but at the same time, I would prefer not to get shot at all. If, you know, it's possible. Can I get there? Oh, but it won't make a difference. Darn it. Alright, we'll get right up in here. '20s, 11s. I'm not sure I believe that. Ooh, unfortunately, believe it or not, it's true. This Fire Bee is really nasty. He's got a whole mess of, well, everything he wants. He's scattering on fire like it's nobody's business. So this Bushwhacker is currently jamming the ever-living hell out of everybody. So I may just have to go full in on him and break him. I don't want to have to do that, but I may have no choice. And it's still just mech. Yeah, I know, he's got some really good sensors.
Yes.
Unfortunately for him, I have a really good probe. Hi there, buddy. I think I might have enough firepower to break through you. Yep. Alright, so that's one of the fire problems dealt with. God, I love this rifleman. Ooh, and the Phoenix is was surprisingly accurate. Alright, we gotta get him under control. Ooh, I accidentally scattered myself a little bit there. Down to 12, that'll be our Shadowhawk friend over here. My rifleman can absolutely gut that Shadowhawk. Unfortunately, the Firestarter only has so much health before he starts dying. How's the scatter any good? I think it's a... I think that the scatter fire control system is a reactive measure to already having failed. I'd lean more on an indirect fire control system.
All weapons are go.
Oh shoot, I didn't want to shoot you. Yeah, whatever.
Got my attention.
Let's see if I can't beat the ever-living crap out of you. Go with the kick. According to this, I'm actually going to be under heat threshold. I don't know if I can believe it or not, though.
Aye, aye.
Das Boot!
To hell with
77%. Good hit on the leg. Made him unsteady, and then the fire follow-up. 3 of them hit. Nice and toasty.
too hot. Need to cool down.
Now 21. That'll be the Locust. He's only got a single machine gun. Oh, but he could charge. I don't know if he's got the range for it, but if he does, charging would be the perfect idea for him right now. Because if he can hit this Firestarter, he can knock it over. Okay, he's going to back up. He's going to machine gun my Blackjack in the back. I don't really care, so I'm just going to let him do that.
That's your best shot.
Don't encourage him. Or whatever. Alright, set up like so. That'll be 20% across the board. And if I decided I wanted to pick a fight with you, that would be 3%. I'd have to sprint to get away from it. Yeah, that would not be any good anyway. Alright, we're going to walk into our next angle
Location confirmed.
and let it fly.
Eliminating hostile.
Not great. We've had better.
It won't happen.
Yes.
Alright, rifleman. Half of my weapons have jammed,
Motion, Commander.
which is fine. It means I'm going to do this. So all hits from a medium laser. Structure exposed. Okay, laying into my Firestarter pretty roughly. Really, I'm interested to see what the Shadowhawk's going to do, though.
Ready for orders.
Alright, nothing too serious. I can't engage him right now with the Phoenix because he's too close and that Shadowhawk's already, or the Firestar's already in a lot of trouble. So we'll lay into our Shadowhawk buddy. And hopefully he will decide to not charge or something. Good, 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 good. I mean, it sucks that the blackjack took 40 damage, but I'll take the 40 damage any day of the week.
Scratched my armor.
Talk to me.
Alrighty. So, what I want to do... Ooh, okay, interesting. His internal structure is super vulnerable. Okay, so I want to get to his left side.
Follow my lead.
Turn off this heavy flamer. It's not that accurate anyway. Missed everything. Darn it.
Good to go.
Alright, Ripper, you're not super useful at the moment. You're gonna take a pot shot at him, see if you can't get something, anything.
Roger that.
We did get the hit. And I think that was his arm off.
Critical hit, Commander.
Yeah, he just lost his ER large laser. And a double heatsink. Mimetic armor destroyed. Okay, so he's now way more vulnerable. Locust coming down. He's doing the charge like I kind of figured he would.
Gosh, that shot went critical.
It did, and now the Bushwhacker gets to do something. Yeah, he's gonna bounce back and he's gonna hurt me badly.
That shot did.
Oh no, my stealth X has been destroyed.
Standing by.
You dick.
What do you want?
I want Locust removed.
Yes, I hear you.
Monarch. 30%, 50% on the PPCs. We'll take it. And lay into him. There we go. 75 damage on him already.
What do you want?
And now you can walk right up close and personal with our little friend over here.
In motion, Commander.
And we're going to say goodnight to him. Ooh, too toasty. Alright, we hurt the Locust. Nothing too serious yet.
Good to go.
But we're getting there.
Copy that.
Settle here, or... Yeah, we'll settle here.
Acknowledge.
If I can keep this Shadowhawk distracted for now, I'll be happy. I want either one of these. They're both 55-ton mechs. You only shoot 6 times? What? Okay, no effectiveness there. He's a Shadowhawk after all. It may just be in our best interest to really go for the kill on this guy. I don't want to do it, but it's what I have to work with. Vigilance to give us that mobility we need. Here, aim down. Little barbecue. How much of a torch is this? 10%. We'll risk it.
Triggering an alpha strike.
It's only 2.
Damn hot.
Ripper. See if you can't knock this Locust unsteady. This is not the safest thing to do with this Ripper, but if I can knock the Locust unsteady, I can keep him from getting involved.
Roger, Commander. I've got the shot.
25%. Kind of what I expected anyway. Though he's pretty roughed up, so it'll be interesting to see what choice they make. The Blackjack will be able to go first. So, before the Bushwhacker does. Remember, arms are free, so we still have this entire thing. You only shoot 6 times last round? I fired to a point where I was pleased with what I was shooting. So he did go for a charge on the Phoenix.
I'm listening.
Okay, that works out good. Give me a side angle. That's a side angle.
Affirmative.
Not you. Yes, you.
Neutralizing threat.
We got 1 hit. That'll help our hurting of him. Ah! That could have been so much worse.
Component damage.
I know that you're taking component damage. No, I shot 18 times last round. I don't want to do this. Well, that's 4 parts to a bushwhacker. Might be 3 parts to a bushwhacker. That's 2 parts to a bushwhacker. You're not playing MechWarrior 5? Not right now. We'll be playing that on Saturday. The round before that? The round before that we fired 11 or 12 times because we set all the guns to maximum rate. How are you still so inaccurate? This is what I want to know. Seleucus might... Somebody's packing some sort of electronic warfare. Yeah, turn around, give him a kick. You missed! I knew you'd miss. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn off the acid rounds. They're going to be dropping acid on top of us, so... Hitting us both!
Critical hit, Commander. C2 ammo gone.
Alright, Firestarter. Get ready to go after the Shadowhawk? We're gonna have to put in all of our efforts to take that Shadowhawk. Oh, our ECM kit got knocked out. Ooh, the Firestarter is not a happy camper at the end of this match.
Right, Commander.
If I'd gotten the Bushwhacker out of it. If I get the Shadowhawk out of it, I'll call it worth it.
Systems recycled.
But at the moment, we may be investing more than I want to on this particular fight. Stuff out of the uneven terrain. Let's see what the Locust does. Hopefully he'll just try and turn around and try and kick me again. I got more than enough leg armor to handle that. He's a Locust after all. But if he does just run around and try and kick me. No, he went for the other side, which is the smart thing to do, because if he had hung around over there, he wouldn't have moved very fast and we would have been able to easily beat the ever-living crap out of him. But because he moved over here, now he has a lot of evasion stacked up.
I'll do what you ask.
I'm just gonna start laying into you.
Aurigan Reach.
All I need is one good round of shooting on a gosh darn Locust.
That's a miss.
It's a 1v Locust, so I don't know why he's being so difficult to hit.
Affirmative.
Step back here, take aim, mortar, airburst, funnel leader, don't care. Important thing is to just continue to put fire on and see where he goes with it. Oh, I didn't realize I gave him my back. That's okay.
That was a glancing blow.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Ripper. Or help us out.
Right, Commander.
All we need to do... Oh shoot, wish I was on the other side of him. Just keep shooting him. Now where are you going, buddy? I guess you're going to charge the rifleman. That's what I would do. If we're lucky, he'll miss and he'll trip and smash his own face on something. Oh, he's moving. He's moving away. Interesting choice.
Roger.
It's barbecue time!
Roger that.
Oh yeah, that's a good start.
What do you want?
Rifleman, I want you to aim at him. And the reason I want to aim at his front is because I do want to splash this damage all over the place. The goal is to splash damage.
Gun, gun, gun.
I'll break him in two.
Okay, that was a little bit more than I had intended. Yeah, we removed both of his arms. Wow, okay. That means we did 125 damage to each of his arms.
You have my attention.
I'm gosh darn impressed.
I'm on my way.
Oh, can we please just get one shot on target?
My shot went wide.
I know it did. I'm very annoyed by it.
On the move.
I really don't want to drop an air burst on top of him because I'm worried that he will,
Taking the shot.
Oh, that was too much.
Mech deployed.
Orders.
Run away from that thing. You can't fight it.
Pull in behind me.
I think I have a replacement guardian, so that's not the worst thing in the world.
Affirmative. Got it.
Although hitting this locust may be the worst thing in the world. Oh, I don't want to have to chase you all over the place, dude. Just give up, surrender. There we go. Side torso destroyed.
Through the armor. My sheet is in the red.
I know it is.
On my way.
I'm basically ignoring your heat problem. Another couple of hits on the locust.
I'm out of long
Just
range.
give up, man.
Minor damage, Commander.
Motion, Commander. Guns on target.
Totally hit him 3 times, and that finally killed him. Okay, good.
Mech
We got 3 parts of that bushwhacker, maybe 2 actually, and maybe 2 if not 1 part of that Shadowhawk. So that was not as clean as I would have liked it. I was not expecting that bushwhacker to be so hard to hit. So probably should have just stacked up on one side and gone full in on that, gotten the 4 parts easy and prepared myself for the next one, but I got greedy. So a disappointing arrangement, but it puts us in a position in the future to be able to get our hands on a bushwhacker. Because they are normally fairly easy to get your hands on. Blow off a side torso and boom. The entire mech goes down because they're all XL engine equipped. Except some of the pirate ones, but all the stock variants, those are XL engines and easy to ruin. You can steal all the cool stuff when you do it too. I'm looking forward to it. Now, the reason why I'm kind of on board with getting my hands on a Shadowhawk right now, despite the fact that I really don't like Shadowhawks, is because it's a good melee mech starter. Really? We got 1 part of it? God, gosh darn it. Never mind. The mission was such a bust. Total bust. Complete and total. Give me that angel. Advanced small is just great. +1 gunnery. Ultralight gyro. If it was an XL gyro, I'd be more sympathetic towards it, but it's not. Ooh, Hydra ammo though. We got the flamer. Got the missile range fire control system, which was the only interesting fire control system. Got the patchwork materials. Got the sensor tracker and the Hydra. So anything that was actually useful here, we got it. So that's not too bad. Next bushwhacker we run into, pop the side torso, end it there, and we'll just be done with that. Be a nice and easy way of getting through things. We do have a little bit of selling to do, mostly parts that we're never going to bother building anyway, just to get through the end of the month. Because I don't quite think after armor costs and all that, we will be in a spot where we can do that. But we do also want to get an additional 400,000 so that we can get our 5th mech slot, because that's a lot of fun. Starting the 2nd Lance. I do need another vehicle though, badly. Because I want to fill up my entire vehicle slot, and at the moment we are kind of screwed on that. It's not that we're screwed, it's just that we don't have any flexibility there. We haven't been running in any really good artillery mechs, or artillery vehicles, tanks, that kind of thing. And all of our VTOLs that we run into are the super light, thin-skinned scouts, which really can't take any hits at all. 38,000, I think that's going to put us under the threshold. Oh no, it didn't. Close, but not under. It's not bad. Okay, I'm still going to go to the mech bay though and get rid of some things that we're just not ever going to use. The rifleman didn't get shot at that entire battle. All right, from the bottom, Sprint and Mantis, yes. Locust, no. Trooper, no. It's just a super light flea. Venator is a helicopter equipped with what now? LRM-20. Yeah, that could be useful. Mobile HQ, on the other hand, is not. Neither is the Hermit Crab because it's 25 tons. Fire truck, also not useful. Because you have to get close with it, and it's not all that powerful. DI is a helicopter with a light PPZ. We keep it. The Cobra has a medium rifle, so no. Cavalry's a helicopter. Brigand, we're not keeping. I don't intend to build anything that are 30 tonners. We're keeping the weapons carriage because it's an LRM-21. And we keep our lambs because I desire it. I will, however, get rid of the... we're so close to the Valiant that I don't want to get rid of it. I will get rid of all these random singleton urban mechs, though. We're not really in a good position to grab anything out of them anyway. And they just take up so much space. I have no intention of working with you. Another Stinger Lamb. A Scotty has a light streak PPC, so we'll keep that. Hammer. No, it's a 30-ton battle mech. Jenner. No interest in it. Swordsman. No thank you. Although it may be worth keeping just to put them together. Icarus I keep for shade. Vindicator. I have 3 parts of one technically. Ranger APC. Star Slayer. Oh, what? Oh, right, that cool thing. Phoenix. Hopefully I'm done with Phoenixes. Hopefully I don't need to ever get another Phoenix again. Hunchback 1G. I don't know if it mixes with 4G parts. That's why I'm keeping it. We almost have a Kentaro. We are so close to a Kentaro. Which bugs me. That puts us at 1.1 million C-bills. A little bit more selling and we should be able to start work on the next drop bay. So I'm going to do that. Days, 400,000. Puts me under, but I knew that was coming. And I'm just going to sell off a couple of cores and stuff. Because it's not like we're going to be using our smaller fusion cores anyway. Selling. Heat. Alright, 150 core. Junk it. 55. Junk it. Really, if it's smaller than a 200 rated fusion core, I don't really need it. That fuel cell, I'll keep. And double standard fusion core. Alright, solid. The clock pass. End of the month. Oh, we've managed to piss off the local pirates. See if I care. There we go. How long are we actually dealing with repairs in the Firestarter? A while. Firestarter, not in good condition. Blackjack, however, is. So that's both of our Blackjacks done. I will actually have the additional mech drop in now. Nice. Alright, so we can drop 5 mechs now. The unstoppable power of the flea? No. Pirates never have anything good. That's completely untrue. Pirates have some of the more interesting equipment variants that can come up. It's not consistent, but some of the pirate tech is actually really good. Piloting 5, that'll at least get Monarch back up to sort of being. Do you know of any new updates on MechWarrior 5? Nothing official, only for mods. So, MechWarrior 5 has been keeping it kind of tight-lipped on things. I can't imagine they're not going to put out at least one more DLC, but nothing I can ever afford. Well, Pirate Rack 20s, though. If you really want to start going crazy. Oh, new month, new store. Let's go check to see if there's anything fun. Remember to change the ammo? I will double check that. Yes, but first I want to check this. No, all of it bad, terrible. Ugh, nothing good in the store ever. Alright, let's go check to see if that Blackjack is actually carrying the incendiary ammunition. Oh no, he's not actually done. Oh, he's 8 more days. Never mind. It was the other Blackjack that got finished. That's still a solid lineup. Command center. Let's see if we can actually work for our faction this time. No, apparently it's like all Lao all the time here. It's bugging the ever-loving heck out of me. Did the planet flip to Lao while we weren't looking? No, no, kind of. Oh, what's this? Ryan's fate is being raided by the Turians. You dicks. Kimmy's under attack by Lao. both of these being attacked. Oh, no, Bringdom is also being attacked by Lau. So yeah, Lau's getting all up in our grill today. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to earn any faction reputation at the moment because apparently they don't like us today. We're going to want to move on though soon. So this will probably be the last month we spend on this planet, and then we go. Urgent matter, straight up battle, strike fast. Purple King, that's against Coalition, so no. Gulf Hate against Coalition, so no. More Coalition, god damn it. Ambush Convoy. I kind of need the fire starter for that one. Straight up battle fighting the Aurigan Coalition. I hate it. I hate it so much. How am I supposed to work for my own faction if every single mission is not for my faction? Well, I guess we just have to travel. Fun, fun, fun. Show me one skulls. Priority mission time. We are ready for 10 missions in 1 month. Wait, what? House Law for target practice. Everybody supports the idea of House Law for target practice. Screw Law. Getting all up in our planet's 1.5 skull? I will take on 1.5 skulls now. Shouldn't be too hard. Come on, Aurigan space. There we go. 18 days. We will have 7 days with which to make enough money to survive the end of the month. But hey, we'll have all of our battle mechs ready. So there's that. And Moon Moon will be no longer injured.
Job's done, Commander.
Big Bay, let's see if that Blackjack BJ5 has the wrong ammo. Oh no, that's the Phoenix. What? I don't even... It works for what it does. It works for what it does, and that's what I need to keep reminding myself of. It was Incendiary. Okay, pull that Incendiary off. I don't need it. Ammo. AC. Give me precision. There it is. C5 precision ammo. So I have in total 60 shots. 60 shots is 15 rounds of shooting because the double AC5s are always shooting twice. Weapon is a recoil of 4. Jeez. Okay, I'm actually going to have to pay attention to that. And then the fire starter with the flamer is not in good condition right now. Consecutive missions to attend or defend upon. Patch that. Equipment, jamming. I do still have a Guardian. Excellent, excellent. I did lose my Stealth X, which I don't have a replacement for. Ew. Do I have better stealth armor? I don't. That's unfortunate. It's actually really unfortunate. I could put on some Pharaoh Clan. That would give me almost a full ton to throw in another flamer. May not be the worst plan ever. Or a heatsink. You know, 6 and 1/2 dozen of that. What sensor system are you currently rocking? So Sentinel would give me... Has it built in C3? Passive sensor probe counters, ECM, bonus detection, allows detection of minefields, C3, and boosted C3. Okay. So it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do what I wanted to do. Losing the Stealth X, that really sucks. Forgot to resub back to supporting. Nice, thank you so much. Turn your freaking connection. Alright, our mechs will be ready to rock in a couple of days. There we go. And I kinda should have set up the navigation time to build something, but I really don't have the money for it at the moment. We will throw a party. Because morale will increase by 10. And what's $10,000 down the drain? Come on. Come on, game. Something really cheap that I can buy. Recreational lounge, too much. I could get refit harness. Or vehicle drop, which I can't use vehicle drop anyway at the moment, so who cares?
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
That'll give something for the ship to work on while we're traveling. And if things go well, we will actually be able to make up enough money before the end of the month. 10,000 for 10 morale. Yeah, that's always a steal. Yep. Higher starting resolve, higher resolve gain, less likely of people deserting.
We've arrived at our destination.
Visit the store! It's the most important thing whenever you go to a planet. Eclangus is the name of the planet. Selling galleons. Oh, another double Quicksell AC5 or Quicksell AC2. I can actually definitely use that. So before the end of the month, we're going to want to buy this. I assume this is a standard warrior. No, it's a worse than normal warrior. That's not terrible, and that is garbage. Okay, so there's some stuff in the store that might be worth buying. Not much, but some. Command center, let's go kill stuff. You never know what goes you may find. Alright, let's work for our people. So we need money and we need it fast. I need to work. I'd like to work with my own people, but I need money quickly. It's the local pirates. Give me all of the stuff. What's wrong with this? Didn't I just put you back together? Oh shoot, I put the ferrofibers in. I was just testing things. I didn't mean to actually put the ferrofibers in. I will not bother removing it. Oh, actually, no, I might be. You can remove it in a single day.
Nice to see you down here in the hole.
Yeah, I did not intend to actually put ferro on this thing. It's not designed to. Pull the ferro off. Thank you. Validate. That cost me $500.
Logged and noted.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Now let's actually make some money.
Commander.
Oh, pirates. 216,000. Fill in all of this. Move you because you don't belong there. Blackjack. Get me Shadow? Yes, Shadow's a blackjack pilot. And then put the Ripper here. Lowbrow! Take off. Alrighty. I wonder if I should have brought the H fire starter instead of the S fire starter, because the H one is 6 medium lasers. It's heat neutral at 6 medium lasers, which is pretty solid. So I could make extensive use of that and have all kinds of fun. The kind of thing that you break out when you really need to make somebody cry. Without too much trouble. Do you love ground vehicles in this? They're so fragile, though. I want to get my hands on some artillery, like some honest-to-God good artillery. Because there are several artillery vehicles, but even in our last playthrough, we never actually got any, which was kind of weird. We tended to lean into a lot of VTOLs, but we did not run into nearly as much artillery as we used to. Heat neutral can be pretty important in this game. Fights can drag on for a long time. It can. Generally, I try not to make perfectly heat neutral designs, even though I do enjoy alphaing every single turn. In tabletop, I absolutely do not. In tabletop, I follow the rule that if you're heat neutral, you're not using enough heat. But in this game, yeah, trying to be heat neutral can be all right. They're very rare, but I do love the big scary ones, even if their tongues are stupid. I want some long toms. Give me quad long tom. In tabletop, absolutely not yet. Yeah. But in this, you just, because of the way that the shooting system in this game works, it incentivizes you so much more to make sure that you're alphaing every single round to remove things from the board before they can react. But since tabletop doesn't have that system, it's not nearly as good. You're gonna get shot back at anyway. So you need armor, and you need enough firepower to get through things. Although it's only 6 medium lasers. Like, if I run into vehicles and if I run into buildings, then the flamer fire starter is much, much better. Because heavy vehicle flamers against vehicles is just almost instant kill if I have reasonable accuracy. But obviously you can't shoot VTOLs, so sort of removes some of the viability. It'd be fun if I could get 6 ER medium lasers though. Reaching out and touching people from long range. We'd need a lot more tech though. And exchangers. Dear God, please give me some exchangers. That's all I need right now. Otherwise we're all gonna die. We're just gonna get lit on fire and die. Finally. Trying to befriend the Aurigan Coalition has been such a frustrating time. Because so often the game just will not generate missions for them. Oh, it's a Mariam biome. This is not going to be fun. We are going to get lit up. So me back here. Stop that. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 blackjacks this time. One of those blackjacks is actually pretty good at longish, cool combat. The other one, not so much, as it's quad PPC. Destroy a pirate lance. Bastata. Finish calculating how fast you may move. Oh, contacted the enemy. Wasn't quite what I wanted, but hey. Oh, there he is. Are you an urban mech? You look like an urban mech. Game is really struggling. We're gonna have to restart after this. Looks like that memory leak is getting the better of it. Death is part of learning, at least in this game. Yeah, but I'd like to not die.
Copy.
I work hard at not dying.
What can I do for you?
Alrighty, let's have you just dart right on in behind him. Or as close as you can get. See exactly what we're dealing with. Alright, 2 urban mechs, 3 urban mechs, so it is an urban mech pod. Fun times. I'm gonna drop my Inferno bomb rack on you. Because it's funny.
Yes, I hear you.
And then the blackjack is going to go and attempt to completely annihilate this one.
Accelerating. Maximum speed.
Well, hi there, buddy.
Affirmative.
Well, it didn't kill him, but he sure as heck got all of that.
Clear the way. I'm coming in fast.
That's pretty solid accuracy.
Affirmative.
Not enough, though. I was hoping to crit out his engine before he could have a chance to move, but he's gonna get to shift. I don't know what those weapon systems are. I'm assuming this is an AMS. Don't know what this would be, but probably Twin SRM 6, maybe MRMs, if I'm unlucky. Oh, nope, rockets. Okay. Not very effective, but that's what he's got.
You hear me? Let's go.
Phoenix! Oh, we see all 4 of them now. Phoenix, don't step in that. You'll just be horrifically inaccurate.
On my way.
Target this one back here. I'm going to see if I can't kill him.
Locking in all weapons.
I knew it was an AMS.
Yes.
Dick. You in actual range is going to be... Yeah, not going to happen.
Let's roll.
But I can have you target him. Obviously, I'm going to be as heat neutral as possible. Because the accuracy is so low. I don't want to waste too much fire into it. Wow. Accuracy has gone really badly. Oh, but we got him. Still got a solid hit on him. I when they bring AMS. I hate it when they bring the super advanced pirate AMS. The one that's capable of knocking out like 80 missiles per salvo. Craziness. Oh, you are... Yeah, this might hurt. You did get tagged, which is concerning because of obvious reasons. Oh, you beat me. What? What is in you that allowed you to beat me? I have questions and concerns now. He did jam his AMS though. But I have AMS as well, punk. Except for no. Oh, thank you, Lobra. I do appreciate it.
How can I help?
Alrighty, Firestarter. You are just not in range to do anything to anybody. Okay.
Moving at a sprint.
I could have turned on the hot seat, but I'm a little bit worried about this current temperature, so I didn't want to go too crazy with it. Oh, yep, there's number 4. No, I want to... I don't have the speed for it. Alright, alright.
Got it. Back speed, no shooting.
Come right on him. Don't drop the bomb. Just the lasers into the back. 8 months and still rocking. Thank you so much, Lowbrow. Hopefully you have been enjoying. I'm going to make the assumption that you are, but in case you're not, well, I hope that changes. That was a little less effective than the last round. Urban is going to be able to walk away from that without any trouble. Whereas the rest of us are just going to continue to shove firepower into him until he explodes. Yeah, that temperature's a little bit of a problem. At the speculative ranges we're working at, I'd rather have the more accurate light PPCs than the more damage on the regular PPCs.
Let's roll.
I need to get some sort of better fire control system on the Blackjack BJ5. Because it's clear it's not capable of actually hitting anything at long range. So we've got to rectify that. A sensor tracker might be the way to go. I'd prefer not to. Honestly, I think the Sentinel would probably be the best thing to do. Just because it's going to give me the active probe that I need to actually get accurate fire on targets. Oh, wow. His legs are pretty badly damaged. Switch over to Airburst. It does more damage. Leg? Oh, they got the leg. Perfect. Took a leg and a torso, I think. Why is this Blackjack still alive? Wait, which Blackjack? We have 2 Blackjacks. Whee! He missed. Barely. Although he does have internal damage, which is somewhat concerning. Hey, some sort of big cannon. Oh, he gets to get up now. Unfortunate. Although if he turns the other way, we might have an easy shot at his other leg. Nothing serious. Good, good, good. Back to the top.
Good to go.
Do I hang around and try and blow your leg off? You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Right, Commander.
What is your accuracy problem right now, though? No sensors. Yeah, that's what I thought. Pop goes the weasel. Alright, no more leg on him, so he's done. That'll be a 60 Rediffusion core saved for, you know, whatever that's worth. Ooh. Accuracy bad. Angles bad. Hey, we still managed to tag him, though.
Yes.
Our Rifleman is a brawler and needs to get to brawling ranges in order to be effective.
Let's roll.
I'm just gonna run you right on up in there. Kind of expect you to come down over this corner to shoot at me, which I will be kind of okay with that. I don't think you have anything too dangerous. No, he's really fast though.
Got your back.
Fire starter. We're gonna dive up on this guy. If he wants to run around in circles and do whatever, I'm perfectly content to letting him. I will just move up and flank him as hard as I can. Oh, that'll be accurate. That will be cruelly accurate. Oh, Urbeck? Yeah, they're pretty tough. See, I would have ended up coring my friendly mech, making shots like that. Well, that's one of the reasons why I switched over to just firing the light PPCs. Because even if I missed and managed to hit him in the back, it'd be only 2 shots from the PPCs. All right, getting through on the Urban Mech's legs. Yeah, definitely need a sensor tracker in this thing. It's designed to be used at longer-ish ranges, so not having one is a foolish thing. I must rectify this. Alright, so it is your left side, and you have 5 health. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pull you out of this fight. Let's get you away. Great Lobo, been subscribed for 5 months, going for 1 year. Awesome. Thank you so much. Hope you continue to enjoy. Oh, apparently a hype train is close. According to the little timer thing, we got 50 seconds to figure out if we want to do one or not. Or coming back. Ha! You thought you had a lot of firepower, but I have a bolt-on AMS. You have nothing.
How can I help?
Alright, let's do this. Hot seat to active. Then we're going to run right on up in here. With the full-on charge for a 90% at 145 damage. Rock and roll. Come on, Gary, you can do it. Solid hit, and then... Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. I'm a little disappointed he didn't just die, but it is only a 35-ton mech making that charge. He's pretty messed up, though. Oh, his leg's almost gone, too. Excellent. That seems like a reasonable shot to take. It is not, actually. It's a terrible shot to take. Wait, what? Interesting. I'm just gonna core him. He's an Urban Mech after all, and we took this one for money, so let's just make sure he does get a chance to try and hurt us.
Standing by.
The Phoenix. Phoenix.
Position confirmed.
Set up for your long-range indirect fire. Acid, and you know what? I'm gonna go for swarms. Did you enjoy that? Was it fun?
I'm listening.
Hopefully. I'm just gonna sit right here. I'm gonna light them all the way up.
Discharging weapon.
None of them managed to hit though.
Miss.
Really, it all relies on the brawler. Urban Mech R60 coming around.
Yes.
He's got an AC-10, which will hurt a lot. It is a radiation field. I don't want to be in it. This mech is already toasty on a bad day, so... I cannot quite get up to that. I want to keep it heat neutral for now, so... Well, that killed him. XL engine. That's why you don't put your side towards the enemy if you're packing XLs. It's a bad plan, and it's gonna get you killed. Get the sprint on the way. We'll circle around the back. Missiles are always pretty, even if most of them get intercepted. That is true. Missiles are very nice. Alright, so apparently the hot seat is not going to give us the ability to charge them, so I'm going to turn that off, and I'm just going to barbecue. Hi there, buddy.
Everything I've got.
Now that is a good start. Ripper, just keep enjoying and exploring the wastes of Mars.
Receiving you.
Ooh, I may have made a bit of a mistake.
On my way.
Brace. He's too close, so I can't follow up with artillery. Small mistake. Little tiny mistake. Run through the radiation field. Yes, it's unfortunate, but it's true.
Hey.
Blackjack doesn't have a shot, but we'll go wide to see if we can't get one in a future turn.
Going as fast as I can.
The Blackjacks are turning out to be pretty nice, although I still want an actual rifleman rather than a fake rifleman like I have now. XLs are a trap. Yes, yes they are. And a sure one's at least.
I've got your back.
I'm gonna stand over here. Okay, apparently I'm not. I'm gonna stand over here. And then I'm going to kick you and then light you on all the fire. See how much you enjoy that.
To hell with the weapon.
Well, there's the start of the kick, so we're pretty happy there. That makes him unsteady, plus the fire. Burn. if I were this urban mech pilot... Oh, wow, I was not fully anticipating that. If I were him, I would have gotten out, but, okay.
Coordinates received.
Rifle kid? Die rifleman. It's Rifleman 0. Excuse me, give it the times. Alright, you have an AC-10. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to pick up. Go for his leg. Well, ain't no more leg or more side torso. Probably no more mech. Yep. Took this one for all cash, so it doesn't matter that we completely blew him up sky high. This will allow us to survive to the end of the month, and that's the important bit. We managed to change planets and get ourselves with enough cash in order to continue. So, 4 urban mechs, yawn. Urban mechs are boring. I have had too many of them. I have achieved the point where urban mechs are just not fun. Unfortunately, we're going to be fighting Lao, so oh my god, the number of urban mechs is going to be insane. Why did we pick this end of the galaxy to fight in? Oh right, because we wanted to pretend to be the Aurigan Coalition. Yeah. We're going to be regretting this. We are solvent. For how long, though, that's the real question. Yeah, the 15-ton rifleman is a nice rifleman to get early on. It gives you 4 arm-mounted energy weapons, which is pretty good. Because energy weapons are light, and all you need in order to really make that mech good is a double heatsink kit, and you can rock some pretty nice things. Unfortunately, it's not a full-on heavy rifleman, which is what I want. If you're not almost out of cash, are you playing? This is true. If you're not almost out of money, what the heck do you think you're doing? A hot shot flamer. What? Eternal flamer ammo. +1 accuracy, 1 evasion ignored, 20% additional damage, always ignites force. Weapon damage stability falls off 30%. Accuracy with weapons against battle armor, +5. Accuracy with weapons against a unit type, cannot be fired at flying targets. What's the difference between that and a normal flamer? I'm gonna have to check to see the distance until the next disaster. Well, if we play our cards right, we won't have to deal with disasters. Heat, I think? I thought it said 9 heat. So I thought the normal flamer was 10 for 10. Is it 10 for 5? Because if it's 9 for 9, then... If it's 10 for 5 on the normal and 9 for 9 on this one, then I'm switching out for these. But I didn't think it was. Although we are using mostly heavy flamers anyway at the moment, so it's not the biggest concern. We should be able to get in one more mission by the end of this month, and I really want to. And I want to do an Aurigan Coalition mission. Is it the always ignites forest parts? I thought all flamers were on the always ignites forest side. If they hit it. Which is why flamers can light yourself on fire, because if you miss, there's a chance that it hits the ground right at your feet. What they do? Yeah, that's what I thought. We shall have to see. The game is really chugging. It's that memory leak problem. The solution, of course, is to reset. Because effed trees. The fire effect used to be so much worse. It used to be so much faster spreading too, to the point where like you would burn out an entire, like if you were playing on one of those forest maps, the entire forest map was burned down by the end of the battle. Those were some interesting days. Okay, we're only gonna need 1 day. And one of the mechs that is being repaired is... What is wrong with you? Oh, did I break your shoulder? I may have broken your shoulder. Wait for it. Yep. But both of them got critted because I've been firing them crazily. Alright, I need equipment, sensors, sensor tracker, and then a cockpit. 10% mitigated by gunnery. Reduces bleeding outspeed by 20%. It's lighter. It would give me that additional ton that I want for the quad medium lasers. Which is actually really kind of tempting. Like, all it would take is this. And then I could cram in that other medium laser. And that would be the full The full craziness. See what I got in terms of recoil mitigation, though. Internals. I have an upper recoil actuator and only one of them. Fire control system does have -1 recoil, so this would be 2 recoil minus. Medium laser is more reliable. I'm going to have these autocannons rest a little bit more often, though. We'll put on the medium laser. Four-day repair time. Patching up the quick cells. If you had to run out of the forest, if it was ignited, I'm always down for disconnect laser mode. It's a solid way. Alright, 4 days until that gun is back online. And we step up the firepower as well. Training modules complete. Double check on that mech bay real quick. Alright, we needed to check the fire starter's flamers. Because the hotshot seemed off, and I kind of want to know what it's really going on with. So, 9 for 9, 10 for 10. Okay. So it deals less heat, same range, but it has an additional +1 accuracy. Meh. In the future, I may build one like that, but for now, I don't see too much utility in it. Still feel dead? Are you dead? I hope you're not dead. You seem to be here. 3 days before the end of the month. And we are at a good amount of cash. We are going to want to take a more difficult Aurigan Coalition mission, but I don't know if 2.5 Skull is quite in the cards. Two and a half Skull Pirate Lance on a 3 of 15. That would be tough. That would be really tough. Grey Lobo is gifting its sub to Darkened Beast 1975. Thank you so much, my man. By the way, folks, if you happen to have any Urban emotes, please spam them in chat right now to thank Grey Lobo for his gracious contribution. Thank you so much, man, for continuing to support the channel. Just came back from Wally World, bought over $400 in groceries. Wow. That's a lot. Hopefully you're going to make something delicious. Local pirates. 3 of 15, 2.5. Martian biome. I don't know. Here's an HVFTR. I don't have the RB ones right now. Oh, I see. I'm not 100% sure how I want to run this one. We'll need this fire starter for parts. It also has more armor. Okay. Do you have a recoil bonus? Yes, you do. Okay, so you're ignoring 2 recoil as is. So you're only generating 2 recoil a turn. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can pull this one off. I will be very interested to see where it goes.